Hi, this is Team 1, and in this video, we are going to present our proposal. So we found that there are so many factors that lead to ineffective user remedy, and one of that is language and culture barrier. The research told us that the algorithms that the platforms have been using tend to work less effective with less spoken languages. Moreover, the number of staff who understand the minoritized languages and cultures are very low compared to the English-speaking staff. So the consequence is that non-English speaking users who are on the platforms are likely to be left out from the reporting mechanism in the beginning. A study from Oversight Board shows us that nearly 50% of the reports come from the US and Canadian users. Moreover, even though some of us know how to make reports, the process tends to take longer, and the necessary context that helps making the right decisions could be overlooked. Lastly, we think that there is a one-side approach here. This means the platforms tend to reach out to the experts only when they have problems. But when the marginalized communities see a problem, they have less opportunities to reach to the platforms. For these reasons, we propose a mechanism that engages local advocates together and to have them help solve complex content moderation issues for the underrepresented groups. We envision a network that consists of regional or local NGOs, CSOs, research institutes, and think tanks that represent different non-English speaking communities. Under our proposed framework, we think that it could help bridge the gap and the voices of the unheard will be heard.
Okay, let's take a deep look in Content Roundtable. It's a non-profit and independent NGO with a mission of building the network, including three kinds of members. First one is NGOs and CSOs. Second one is institutions and think tanks. And the third one are individual subject matter experts. All of them should be working actively in the field of internet policy and social issues. As we want to tackle the problem of content moderation in non-English speaking countries, the Content Roundtable will be based in Asia Pacific. That's how we can respond to this problem timely, have a better understanding, update of the context, and also enhance our reputation in the region among the internet policy organization in Asia. The goal of Content Roundtable is to go global, meaning we can cover more non-English speaking regions. After APAC, we will expand network by opening more branches in the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America. However, we have to think about how we can safely establish the organization and attract funding. Simultaneously, we will launch the organization in the United States with the hope that it will help to reduce political concerns and also better in the way of reaching out to sponsorship and big tech companies. We call for funding from organization members, online social platforms, and also individual donors.
So let's think about who can be our members, who can be involved in the Content Roundtable network. Let's say we're going to portray the member by setting the criteria for the members. They should be like at least 2 years of experience or more for both organization or subject matter experts. They should be local-based organization or local experts, and they should have like at least one of the following. First of all, is previous experience with content moderation policy, for example, digital organization, digital right organization, or they have experience in dissemination of information, or they have expertise in specific topics that are especially relevant for content moderation, such as human rights, ethnic minorities, free speech, LGBTQ+, child rights, women rights, small business rights, education, or art. So let's say who can be, our perfect members, not perfect, but like one of our members of the Content Roundtable network. Take a look at digital rich. So Digital Reach is qualified. Why? Because they founded in 2019, so now they are 2 years old. They're based in Singapore, and they're working on digital rights and internet freedom in Southeast Asia. So they can be one of our members, one of the founding members for Content Roundtable Network. So now let's take a look at our organization structures. We all know that we have two types of members, NGO, CSO, institution, think tanks, individual subject matter experts. So how we kind of structure them into the organization. First of all, we have the executive board, and under that, we have the country leads, we have community engagement managers, we have platform engagement managers, we have support teams, we have HR and finance. And each one can do specific tasks to support, so in order to fulfill the mission of the network. The executive board can be the representative of founding organization, founding members. They will in charge of building, maintaining, and extending the network. For the community engagement, they can in charge of manage the tools to get reports from the community, analyze the trend, and then create the content report. And then after that, they kind of set up the roundtable, which is our solution for content moderation. It's kind of the same thing with the platform engagement, but in a different direction, because they are kind of liaison between the network towards the platform. And then they collaborate closely with global, regional, and countries. And then after that, they also set up the roundtable, which is our core solution. For the country leads, they're going to keep in touch with the organization. The organization here, it is the organization ourselves, the Content Roundtable Network, and also individuals in the country. They also call for application, which means that they can extend the members inside the countries as well, like extend the member of the network, but within their country.
Okay, so now it's the phase where we try to understand how Roundtable actually works. And the first question is, when do we set up roundtables? The network basically has two separate channels to create a roundtable. First is when the platform contacts the network, and that is being done directly to the platform engagement manager. On two separate situations. One, when there is a specific user appeal on a content moderation decision, but that raise all kinds of broad policy issues that the platform wish to address. The other is when there is a need of a policy change as a result to all kinds of trends or escalation the platform analysts and management detected. A separate channel is when the network contacts the platform through the community engagement manager with a request to have a roundtable to basically address all kinds of blind spots, these undetected content moderation problems that the platform is not doing enough or is unaware of. So one example is hate speech content that isn't being removed because the context of it is unclear, or all these notice and complaint mechanism that is being weaponized against minorities, for example, by governments or by political opponents. So very briefly, this is an example for a roundtable lifecycle. As we discussed, it starts with a question either from platforms to the network or from the network to the platforms. After such a request has arrived, the platform engagement manager will be in charge on setting up the roundtable.